Hi, I'm Vince Weston, and this is going to be the showing of my next build, which has been kind of a mystery to me for the entire week. So, here we go. It's going to be, oops, if I don't knock over the Punisher, the Toy Biz Captain America. This is one of the series, and I guess we could take a quick look around the box. And you'll see the figures are actually the Cap knocking out Red Skull. And if you could see in the back here, there's actually Hitler's skull, which is being regenerated by this piece of machinery. That's it. This kit actually being a little bit more, since there's two figures, actually has 51 pieces. It is only a level 2 though, strangely enough, but the Ghost Rider, of course, was the only level 3 that Toy Biz produced that I'm aware of, and I have one. And I don't think it had as many pieces, which is, of course, 51. It's approximately 6 3/8 inches tall, and it's 1/6 scale, if I remember correctly. And on the back, this one being, of course, different than the others, only has a few of the exclusive kits: the Beast, Rhino, Thor, and Captain America, which is this kit to begin with. There are others that have a lot more on the back, so I don't know if this was actually released earlier before some of the others came out, or were released, or how these were all done. So that's that. Of course, the side once again brings into their great artwork. Whoops, and I turned it upside down, with a cityscape in the back, which has nothing to do, I think, with the picture. One thing I'll say right off from the get-go, mine will not look exactly like this. One of the things someone pointed out years ago who had built this kit, and I highly agree with, two pieces actually, is that you're seeing Cap's back in this, not his front. So we're going to flip them around, so he's striking him the other way. The other thing that is felt to be wrong with this kit is that his shield is on his right arm. Cap always kept his shield on his left arm, if you remember correctly from the Golden Age comics. And so I'll put the shield on this side, and that's what he'll be punching Red Skull out with. I've seen one done that way, and I think it looks pretty cool that way. So I'm going to go with that. Kind of the reason I decided to do this one was because there seems to be a flood on YouTube of the Toy Biz kits, and I figured I wanted to join that fray. So this one, since I've built several of the others, and hopefully during the build I'll drag some more of those out again. Back in my archives, I've got them in there, so you can look at them there. Let's see, might as well show you the stuff in the box. Dun, 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 dun. So we'll just move him out of the way. First off, of course, is the instruction sheet. I've pre-taken these out. I got sneaky. Since I had to take the plastic off so you could, the shrink wrap, so you could see it anyway. Showing the scene, of course. The steps. Let's see, there are 6, which is typical with a Toy Biz kit. Starts off with upper body assembly, and then shows you the completed upper body and how it would look, and then lower body and completed lower body, and then completed build. Then, of course, with this one, you've got your villain body assembly, which of course is Red Skull, done in one swell foop, and showing the completed villain. On the back is the base assembly, and here's the jar I was talking about. Hopefully that's in the shot. Yep, there it is. With Hitler's skull in it. It's a laboratory scene with pipes and different things coming in. And then the final assembly, which is putting the two figures onto the base. Okay, that's your easy peasy sleazy instructions. There are 2 bags in this kit of parts, and they are in color, as all Toy Biz kits are. One being for Cap. Is one boot, leg and boot, and shield. Then the other being upper torso, lower torso, face or head, one arm or hand, arm, and then the other arm. It's kind of odd, I guess, because one of the others that I built, I can't remember, maybe it was Wolverine. Actually, the hands, both sets of hands and both sets of legs, feet, were separate from the leg. And Cap, I guess maybe for strength purposes, I'm not sure why exactly, they've included one boot and one arm, so you only get one separated. I kind of liked that in the other kit because it definitely gave a distinguishing line of where the glove fit onto the arm and the boot would fit into the leg. But unfortunately, this kit doesn't carry that. The second set, 2 sprues in this one, of course, are Red Skull. And boot, leg, upper body, arching back very heavily. Kind of hard to hold these all up. Then lower torso, I believe that's his belt buckle, maybe, or it might be I'm not sure. I'll have to look on the instructions eventually. Might just be a knob for something. Hands, which as you can see on him, are separate from the arms, and these are the arms, and his head. The head is basically split along the jaw, so you basically have the top of his head, which attaches to the bottom of his head, which is his jaw and his teeth sticking out. So that's bag number 1, and that's the figures. That's not a lot of parts to the figures. Bag number 2 is actually the base. And here you have your series of pipes. As typical with most of the Toy Biz pipes and other things, a lot of them are hollow, underneath where you wouldn't see them. There's Hitler's skull up here. Sorry. Couple of more knobs and pipes and pieces. There are actually some clear parts, which is unusual. And 2 of the clear parts are actually, I believe, Cap's. I can yank that out. Cap's wings on his head, and then the jar that holds the head. We'll move that out of the way so I don't scratch that up. The rest are parts are large and they're not on sprues. Actually looking, yeah, they've been snapped off in the factory. And I'll probably have to do a little work on those to clean that up, to fix that up and make it flat again. No big deal. That's one piece. Another piece with the nice grate. And of course some holes. And another piece of the stand. I'm not sure what all they're all fictitious anyway. And then the base itself, I guess it goes this way, this being the front of the base. I guess I could pull back a little bit. And there doesn't look like there's actually pins to hold cap or Red Skull in place, but there are at least holes into the base. There just looks like there's a couple of small pins here. As typical with these kits, they're pretty flash-free. I've never run into one that had a lot of any issues with flash, so that's always a nice thing. Let's see if I can get these things back in here. Hey, that worked out pretty well. So that's the kit. I'm hoping maybe whilst I'm building this, since so many people are working on these, and of course gaps and seams abound in these, my usual way of putting it is, once you've built one of these, you'd fear no other kits, gaps, and seams. They do have quite a few. And it's, you know, it can be intimidating, but you just basically take them one at a time, work them and work them and work them. One of my top tips, and I have shared this a number of times, is to, once you got the seam where you think it's okay, is to put a little silver paint on it, and that will help show any imperfections in it, and then of course you can put more filler on it. The ones I've previously built with this, I believe I used all gel super glues or super glue in some form or another, a thicker super glue, not the really thin stuff, to fill the seams, and some kicker, and then spent a lot of time sanding and trying to get it smoothed and textured and everything back to where it was supposed to be. So that's what I'm doing, and as I always say, it's my story and I'm sticking to it. So we'll see how this all comes out. Like I said, maybe I'll be able to record some stuff of me actually the way I do certain parts of these kits, since they seem to be coming out of the closets, or out of the stashes, whichever you want to call it. So, if I can capture that on video and maybe help somebody down the way, I'll probably run into trouble. I haven't done one of these in a number of years, and that's another reason why I decided to drag this one out, was because this one's been calling from the stash since probably 2010 or earlier. So I figured it was about time to give them a fair shot. And also it'd be a good warm-up for a spring build that several of us are discussing at this point. And I'm going to say no more about that now. Alright, so have fun. We'll talk to you later. Bye.